Okay, I want to welcome you back to the show, and now, as we've indicated, we have joining us, of course, Miss Lynn George, who's a local author of Brandon's Window, and
Correct.
we want to thank you for joining us, and you have your parents with us, Miss Sadie as well as Noel.
Well, that's right.
Okay, I want to welcome y'all to the program as well. Okay, very good. And Lynn, I guess let's talk first with you, and then I know we're going to be talking about the project y'all have coming up, and we'll tell everybody about it. But tell us a little bit about Brandon's Window for people that may not be familiar with it, and tell us, how was it inspired, and just give us a little background.
Well, Brandon's Window, the inspiration came from my grandson who was diagnosed with autism between 16 and 17 months old. So Brandon was diagnosed with autism, and he just couldn't do anything. And we suffered with it for the last, until he was about 6 years old. And then during that time, he was in early steps and Head Start, and then they moved to Atlanta. And we came across this doctor named Dr. Chris Green.
Right.
And he told the family to read this book called Gut and Psychology Syndrome, which is the natural treatment. It's written by Dr. Natasha Campbell McBride, and it's the natural treatment in the UK for autism, ADD, ADHD, dyslexia, dyspraxia, depression, schizophrenia. And she says that everything deals with the gut. Everything is absolute with the gut, so it's a natural treatment. So if you heal and seal the gut, then the brain starts working and all the other functions start working.
And in order to do that, it depends on what you eat, what you take in.
Exactly. And the foods, she has a master's degree in nutrition, and she has several degrees. But what she's saying is that the diet that she made, these foods help heal and seal the gut. So the types of food that you have, because with these people who have autism and these various things, they have what you call microscopic holes in their stomach, and the foods that they're not supposed to have, like sugars, go straight to the bloodstream, which causes inflammation and shuts down cell-to-cell communication, and that's what happens.
Okay, and so the book itself, Brandon's Window, deals with what?
Brandon's Window deals with Brandon's journey through going through us healing him naturally, reversing his symptoms of autism. That's what it deals with.
All right, very good.
And it continues on because I have over 250 videos on YouTube where you can actually see his progress, because I started documenting it 4 months after we were doing this treatment and up until today.
All right, very good. I just want to go ahead and see if we can get a close-up of this, because this is kind of like a picture on a magazine. And Josh, I don't know if we can get a close-up, or maybe if we can get it from the camera here. Can we do this, guys? Okay, well, maybe not. We'll try to get it a little later. But Miss Sadie, let me ask you, and of course what I was holding up is an autism magazine, and that's a picture of Brandon on it.
Correct.
And how old is Brandon, I guess, in this picture?
He's 8.
8, okay.
No, he was
7.
going on 8.
Yeah,
okay, all right. And tell us from your point of view. I think right now we can go ahead and kind of hold this up. Do we want to go to this camera here? And there we go. That's a good look at it right there. And of course, this magazine featured, as you can see, Brandon, and looks like he's certainly enjoying a swim there. So.
And that's in Morgan City.
Oh.
Isn't that a beautiful sight?
Oh, that is. I
Lake
tell you.
Palour,
Yeah, that is
City.
pretty. That is beautiful. Very good. Okay. Miss Sadie, let me ask you now. You're very proud, I'm sure, of your grandson. Tell us a little bit about your involvement and great-grandson. That's right. I'm sorry. No, you're right.
All right.
Okay, your great-grandson. And tell us a little bit about your involvement along this journey.
Well, they stayed with us, okay, and they stayed in grade with us, and it was so heartbreaking. I would take my other grandson over, a great grandson, over to the play station, and everybody playing. He would be at the window just looking at cars and stimming. We call that stimming.
I see.
And it would bring tears to your eyes because we never thought that Brandon would come out of it.
Right.
And one day, we were just sitting down, and we had bought some small soft alphabet blocks. Brandon started spelling words. I grabbed a tablet and started, it's in her book, I started writing down, and he still wasn't talking.
Sure.
But he was giving words, and we would ask him what those words were, and he would tell us what the word, elephant, whatever word.
Right.
So we had a whole paper. I mean, we were so excited.
That must have been, yeah.
We were yelling, carrying on. So we knew that something was in there, but it just couldn't come out.
Right.
And as she said, it wasn't until they went back to Georgia and they met Dr. Chris Green.
Right.
And he diagnosed certain things and started recommending, and everything took off.
Okay, well, that's certainly an exciting story. I can only imagine the excitement that y'all must have gone through. And I guess as the great-grandfather, Mr. Noel, tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it's been a joy, just like, my daughter and my wife said, it was a journey. When he came to us, we had no idea that he was an autistic child.
Right.
His reactions to us and his journey in life itself, he was isolated. He did not, there was no communication at all, crying all the time, continuously. It just puzzled us. At first, when he first came, it appeared to us that he was a normal child. And then after a while, we began to see some abnormalities. When we say abnormalities, that he was acting differently.
Sure.
Because we raised children, we raised our children, and we had some grandchildren, and we were always able to react, have them to act with us and react with us, but it was just something different about Brandon.
Sure.
He being isolated and not wanting anyone to caress him, or like we would do with the other children. It was a heartbreaking thing. It was just a heartbreaking thing, and we're so proud. We feel so good.
Sure.
That this thing has been reversed.
Okay.
And the thing about it is this: that we began to learn and know more about autism by having a child with us with autism, and we can understand it, and we can really appreciate things about an autistic child more than before. So as we begin to unravel some things and be able to enlighten others about an autistic child, then they will be able to understand and appreciate some of the things that we have experienced, and hopefully that if they would have an autistic child, there's something that can be done about it.
Well, very good. I appreciate that. I tell you what we need to do. We need to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about a project that y'all have coming up concerning Brandon's window and maybe helping out. And so we want to try to let everybody know that when we come back from the break, we're going to talk a little bit about that. So don't go away. We'll be right back. We'll have more tonight on Bayou Time.